Welcome to Royal Mystic Collective Wisdom Podcast. I am your host, Royal Mystic, and we will delve into our continued conversation regarding meditation and different ways to meditate and different understandings of what's happening when you meditate. And today, I'm going to talk about the big mamma jamma. Let's talk about the pineal gland. So once you get your practices going, you will also want to activate your pineal gland. Now, people worry about it being calcified by chemicals that are in our food or water or toothpaste. I have now learned the exact process in which to activate your pineal gland, and it's a form of muscle contractions. And so we're going to be exploring different things. So we're going to talk about a couple of the names and what things are before we actually start the activation. So the first thing is pineal gland. It is a tiny little pine cone shaped, literally as big as your pinky fingernail. It is, if you could stick a pencil right through the center of your ear behind your nose, it would hit the pineal gland. It's in the back of your brain, sitting right on top of the pituitary gland. And there are many different illustrations of it. The eye of Horus, the little curve with the little. If you place it to the side of the head or bisect the brain, you can actually see where the eye of Horus fits in there. And so it is an outline of where the pineal gland is. If you stuck your finger directly through your sinuses, you'd poke it right behind your sinuses on the back side of your throat. And that's a general location. I'm not a brain scientist, but that's where I've seen it and had it explained. So let's talk about that. The pineal gland is a tiny little gland that is in charge of melatonin and serotonin. So serotonin is what wakes you up in the morning, and puts you to sleep at night. Melatonin is the thing that makes you sleepy. Now, when you've got your pineal gland activated, it actually amplifies the fluid that it's excreting. It kind of turns it into a psychedelic substance, but it's your natural body doing it, so it's not like taking a chemical, and it doesn't make you hallucinate. It just gives you the ability to see things. So it is, that's why they call it, they talk about the pineal gland and the third eye in the same sentence. But let's understand they are two different things, and that's why I want to have this conversation. The pineal gland is the gland that I explained to you. The third eye is right on the front of your forehead, where so think of it like the movie screen. The pineal gland would be the movie projector, and it would be the screen of the third eye, where it would project the images or the visual. So, and people have different takes on it, but that's my understanding of it and what I've been told by my guides. So they are separate, but they work for the same thing. They're just two pieces of the components, right? Now, there's another place I'm going to talk about, which is in your root chakra, and it's called your perineum. And your perineum, interestingly enough, is still containing the actual cells that created you. The original cells that formed the embryo for you are contained in your perineum. And that is between, let's just use technical terminology here. This is Texas technical terminology. Between the cooter and the tutor, okay? So it's that little space between the two orifices that is skin, and that's your perineum. So when you clench as people do Kegels, right? It actually moves the perineum. That's where you're clenching from. So the reason I'm going into this detail is because that's the first place you're going to start with the energy of activating the pineal gland. So if you've been worried that your pineal gland is calcified or that it's not working properly, listen, a lot of energy has to go into opening the pineal gland, just even if it's functioning regularly. So it is something you do activate, and it activates more readily in people who use their psychic abilities more or are more prone to meditate, okay? People who have meditated longer can access it easier. So it just means that's part of another reason why you should meditate, so you can activate and use that energy. So if you want to amplify a meditation, then you want to activate your pineal gland first. So here are the steps. First, you exhale all the air out of your body as much as you can. I mean, like you're wringing out a rag. Get just all of it out. Just exhale it all until you can feel your lungs want to take the breath automatically because they're so empty. And when you empty them all out, empty all the air out of your body, you'll clench the perineum. And as you breathe in, you're going to start the lower abs tightening. And I don't mean just tighten them a little bit. I mean tighten them like you're pulling your front side through your spine, okay? So literally pulling your belly button to your backbone. So you'll go lower abs, upper abs, and so it's a gradual, like you're squeezing a tube of toothpaste. Ironically, the toothpaste is what they believe shuts off the pineal gland, but we're just using that as an example so you can get the idea. So we're clenching at the bottom and squeezing that fluid. You're using your spinal fluid. And why are you using spinal fluid, Royal Mystic, you might ask? So the reason that we want to pull that spinal fluid up your body is because on the outside edges of your pineal gland, on the outside of the little ruffles, I guess you would call it, they have little tiny hairs that are called cilia that allow the pineal gland to be stimulated through the rush of the spinal fluid tickling the hairs on the pineal gland. So we're going to start again. Clench the perineum, exhale everything out, clench the perineum, then start clenching a series of muscles up your abdomen as you move from the lower abdomen, middle abdomen, up into the higher, and you're still trying to, when you get it all up to your lungs, the lungs are full at that point, then you hold your breath and you pulse all of the, so not even just as tight as you can get it, but now we're going to make it tighter. So I usually do it about 5 times. You can do it 3 times. You can do it 5. I feel like I want to get more bang for my buck, and as many times as I'm going to do this, I want to have at least 5 crunch. It's like doing crunches internally, and just pulse that energy. So what you're doing is basically when you squeeze all of the lower part of your body like that, it pokes all the fluid up into the top of the pineal gland where it taps it, or it just swishes past it. So just think of like one of those little dolls you used to have, the little squeezy doll, and his little eyeballs would poke out when you squeeze it in the middle, right? So think of that as it's just a little stick coming up and popping your pineal gland, just touching it, poking it. So nudging it, however you want to say it. Not popping it. That's not we don't want to pop it, but we do want to give it a little jolt. So that's how you activate your pineal gland. When you get all of that up and you do the 5 crunches, then you exhale, and just as you exhale, you'll feel this rush of energy, kind of almost like a little mushroom cloud, go up over the top of your cranium and kind of wash through your body. So I'm going to talk about, I'm going to say it like I'm telling you how to do it. If you're driving your car, you may not want to do it, but it won't hurt you because this is not a hypnosis thing. So here we go. Exhale all of your air out, everything, every ounce of air in your body, let it out. Just let it. And then you're going to almost force the rest of it out. And then right when your lungs just want to draw air, tighten the perineum, and start to draw the air in from beneath you, as though you're imagining that you're funneling that air up through the perineum. So inhale slowly, tighten the lower abs, tighter. Inhale to the belly button, tighten that, tighter than you think you can. Inhale a little more, tighten the upper abs. Now, as your lungs should be completely in capacity, hold your breath and crunch by tightening. Just crunch those muscles in. Bring everything to your backbone. Tighter, 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 tighter. And exhale and let it all out. So we're going to do it one more time. Exhale all the air in your body. Release every single ounce of air to the point where you've just wrung those lungs out. There's no air left. And now we're going to hold the air out. As we hold, tighten the perineum. Start to draw air in. Slowly breathing in. Now we're tightening the lower abs, tighter than you thought you can, even tighter than that. Up into your navel, tighten that navel, pull it to your backbone, pull in more air slowly, go up into your lungs, where your lungs and your lung cavity is in the upper rib cage. Now hold that breath as you've got your entire capacity of lungs filled. Tighten everything as far as you can get it. And now we're going to pulse. Pulse. Pulse, 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 and exhale. So that's how you activate your pineal gland. Now, you may want to do it 5 times. You may want to do it 3 times. You can't hurt yourself, so don't worry about that. Just as much as you want to do it and practice it, because it is awkward at first. And if you're doing it right, you should be breaking a sweat by the 3rd time you do it, because it's a lot of effort. Now, once your pineal gland is activated and you've really opened up that 3rd eye and the ability to see, because now you've got DMT that is running through your system. That's amplified energy or amplified melatonin, and that will allow you to have more visual energy while you're working in your meditation. And we have to remember that some people are more apt to do it, so don't get discouraged if you don't see anything. Don't worry about that. Don't judge it. That's the real thing. Meditation is so not about judgment. Not about scolding yourself. It's not about doing it right or wrong. You have to find your natural groove. So don't be upset with yourself at all. If it doesn't work one day, we're going to try tomorrow, and we'll try the day after that. It's just how it works. There's no time limit, and everybody's energy on it is going to be different. So once you actually get yourself in a place where you're comfortable with doing it, and you can do it as many times during the day as you want. It's not something you can only do once. And allowing yourself to practice that should give you good abs to boot. So I felt like I was really having a workout. So allowing yourself to do this will open up all the energy for you. It releases anxiety. It allows yourself to let go of confusion and the feeling of going 5,000 directions at once. It lets go of fear and indecision. You can also, once you get it dialed in and you're doing it, you have mental clarity like you wouldn't believe. You'll be able to concentrate and focus. Your intuition will be on point, and you'll feel a sense of joyfulness. This allows lucid dreaming, astral projection, clairvoyance, telepathy, all of the things that go with the sixth sense, and allow yourself to be fully open to whatever happens. Everybody's experience is a little bit different. And there's all kinds of, other ways. People talk about doing diets that help, and there's, if you can just let yourself not worry too much at the beginning about all of that, because really what you want to do is get the method down and then allow yourself to just be in the energy of open. Just be open and let the universe show you the way. It always knows. So I hope that this helped you to understand your third eye energy and how to activate the pineal gland. It's an amplification tool to help you to be stronger in your ability to visualize and to get some messages from divine, because it is about connecting. And it's like having a bad cell phone service. You want to make sure it's kind of like cleaning the pipes. So you're helping that spinal fluid move through and kind of swish through your brain and help move some energy around and move that energy that helps activate your ability to have a better signal from what the universe is trying to give you. So I hope you all enjoyed this episode, and we will see you or hear you next time. Many blessings to you, and thank you so much. Many blessings to all of you, and may you have a wonderful, blessed day with lots of love and light, healing, prosperity, joy, abundance, and all good things to you, my friends. Namaste.